Hey everyone, happy Saturday. So, why did Lot's wife turn into a pile of salt when they left Sodom and Gomorrah? Well, if you remember the story correctly, you'll remember that it was asked of God, if I could find 10 righteous people, if I could find 5 righteous people, if I could find 1 righteous person, would you spare it? God said yes. They couldn't find it. It was destroyed. They were ordered to leave. As they left, they were told not to look back. Lot's wife, when they got far enough away, turned around, turned into a pile of salt. What does that tell us? How do you read that? Well, anatomically, we know, guys, if you understand, if you've ever been to nursing school or if you've just taken basic science courses, we know that everything in your body, everything is a salt or a protein, right? Okay. But what does that mean? I don't understand. Why a pile of salt? Well, you have to think about it like this. Why salt? Think about it like this. Back in the day when the Bible was written, the currency they used to pay people for doing work was salt. We get the word salary from S-A-L, salary from S-A-L-T, from salt. Why? Because it preserved the meat. Because for all the ancient Hermetic wisdom that they had back then, it's a give or take, right? We think we're the furthest along mentally and scientifically and all those things right now because we're the furthest along in time. That's not true. It's a give or take. It's a give and take. So, what does this mean? Turned into a pile of salt. Well, salt was the highest currency. They had no refrigeration back then. So when you killed an animal and you didn't eat it all right away, right? You couldn't preserve it. It went bad. Salt allowed you to preserve it longer. So what does this story tell us? Well, it tells us that she turned into a pile of salt. So think about it like this. Imagine you're having a debaucherous weekend in Las Vegas, right? With all the gambling and the hookers and the cocaine and all that kind of stuff. Now imagine when you leave, money everywhere, all the things they tell you not to do. Now when you leave, right? When you leave, they tell you not to turn around and you turn into a pile of salt. So think about it like this. Leaving Vegas, then you're at McCarran Airport. You turn to take one last look and you turn into a pile of gold coins. It was the currency that was used. What does this remind us? It reminds us that the currency was no good. It's of no use. The giant pile of salt is absolutely of no use to anybody when everything is getting destroyed. And this story reminds us that you can stack it all up as high as you want, but you can never have it all. And once you leave something that is no good for you, or a debaucherous experience, it behooves you to never look back and to never, ever revisit that. It tells you to pay attention to the thing at hand, to always better yourself, and that's what the story's about, guys.